The movie Selma took in more than $11 million this weekend, second only to Taken 3. There's been a lot of controversy about the historical accuracy of Selma, especially its portrayal of LBJ. So we asked Michelle Miller to check the record.
My fellow Americans, I'm about to sign into law the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
6 months after witnessing President Lyndon Johnson outlaw segregation, Martin Luther King Jr. was back at the White House seeking support for voting rights protections. In the movie Selma, Johnson and King's relationship is confrontational.
Mr. President, in the South, there have been thousands of racially motivated murders. We need your help.
Dr. King, this thing is just going to have to wait.
It cannot wait.
Historians agree the men challenged each other, but Julian Bond, who organized protests in Selma at the time, says Johnson was a key ally for King.
He was helping Dr. King and suggesting, do this, do this, do this. You can tell that in the tapes, the White House tapes.
Hello?
Yes, Dr. King.
Yes, Mr. President. How are you today?
During his time in the White House, Johnson recorded nearly a dozen phone calls with King. He first called him after hearing King's comments on the death of John F. Kennedy.
I won't tell you how grateful I am and how worthy I'm going to try to be of all your hopes. Well, thank you very much. I'm so happy to hear that.
A year later, as tensions over voting rights began to boil in the South, Johnson can be heard encouraging King to bring more attention to injustices.
If you can find the worst condition that you run into and get it on radio and get it on television, get it every place you can, pretty soon the fellow that didn't do anything but drive a tractor, he'll say, well, that's not right, that's not fair.
In one recording, though, Johnson tells his press secretary to downplay his collaboration with King.
If they ask you if I've seen him, you tell him you don't know. Don't get in there that I'm in continuous touch with him.
Historians say both Johnson and King had to appear independent of each other in order to reach their common goal, the right to vote for all Americans. Professor Kent Germany helped transcribe the tapes.
Johnson needed King, and King needed Johnson, and they were both worried about the other, but in the end, were willing to make sacrifices.
Sacrifices which helped pass an historic bill.
We have some great challenges and opportunities ahead, and we're all with you. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you so much.
A bill that changed a nation's future. Michelle Miller, CBS News, New York.